In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, dear friends. Cricket is a very, very popular game, not only in the world, in certain countries, particularly including that of Pakistan. And in the those who are cricket lovers, they will be able to instantly pick what I am going to say, and then we will switch over to our practical life, the general life. Now, if at all a favorite batsman of yours is playing, and you will see that he is playing different balls in a different type of balls in a different manners, or at least there will be more than one ways, two or three or four ways to play the coming balls. And now this is how to play certain balls. There are yet another certain types of balls which are not played and intentionally left by the batsman. Why? Because these balls are considered as the dangerous balls, and it is thought that it better to leave it instead of playing it. Better left balls, better left balls, dear friends. And being an intelligent batsman, being a skilled batsman, they think that it is far better to leave these balls instead of playing. Although one of the ball will be wasted out of an over, if at all there are very very limited overs like 2020, but yet they think that it is better to leave this ball. Now put it aside. Now let's come to the you know general life. And before coming to the general life, those batsmen who are seen playing each and every ball, they are not considered the intelligent batsmen, and sometimes they do have to lose their wicket on the basis of this thing, that they should have better this ball left unplayed instead of playing it. Now dear friends, what we people do in our life, there are people around us, and they are making comments upon us, they are criticizing us, they are remarking our personality and in certain acts of ours and all types of things. Some of the people are appreciating us as well. Now we need to learn not only from the batsmen, rather also we need to look upon the propaganda secretaries of the political parties. Now look upon the people are playing the balls coming from these information secretaries of the political parties, or the spokesmen of the top politicians or rulers. They people are seen playing the ball, playing the criticism, the questions, the remarks, and the comments by the journalists and by the activists, by the rest of the people. Now we need to look upon these people, since they are very intelligent. Now the way they play these balls means questions and comments. It tells us a lot that it is not necessary, it is not useful, it is not wise to play every ball, to make a comment and to answer every question. Rather, it is better to leave many of the questions unanswered and not to speak, not to comment upon it, because it could be dangerous and it will initiate initiate a kind of further discussion across Pakistan, across the country, maybe across the world, that this politician, politician has talked like this one. I believe that these people, being the very intelligent, they people leave many of the questions, comments, and remarks unanswered. They don't want to play it. No, rather this, they go far ahead, and although they initiate certain things, although these things are not being asked and not being talked about by the journalists present, by the media personnel, and by the activists, by the general public, they start talking, although they start answering in such an intelligent way, although it was not the topic of that particular session. This is how we, the people like me and you, we can learn from these batsmen, from these cricket batsmen. And we need to know what how these politicians, who are the spokesmen of the top politicians or rulers, who are the information secretaries of the political parties, the way they talk. And it is they people are really expert. They are really expert. And we too, we people need to adopt their methodology. If at all we don't learn from the cricket, we need to learn from these information secretaries of the politicians and the spokesmen. I think they people are leaving many a things unanswered. They don't comment, and in certain cases, once they are pressed, they say the simple two words, no comments, no comments. They are found saying they don't talk about that. Dear friends, why me and you cannot learn from the batsmen, as well as from these information secretaries of the political parties. It is very important, very necessary for each one of us to be able to learn from them, because they are very very intelligent as for the human psyche is concerned. Because the psychology, having a knowledge, having some sort of knowledge, some sort of skill relating to the human psyche, are very important for each one of us, particularly for the people who want to play a slightly bigger role in the society. But for me and you, if at all we do learn certain things from these people, it will be very beneficial. And let's start talking, let's start acting upon the principle of better left as a batsman, and now as a spin doctor of a political party. It is far better to say no comments, or just to ignore many of the comments and the criticism. Certain questions it is not necessary to answer. It is not necessary to comment upon everything else which is coming from the other side. Let's learn to ignore the thing, because unless and until we don't learn to ignore, as long as we are trying to play every ball, as long as we are trying to answer every question in front of us being asked from us, let me tell you one thing: we are going to lose, and we are going to put ourselves in the trouble. And we do have to avoid the trouble, because these troublemakers, and if at all we are not wise enough, we are not intelligent enough, we will suffer, and we will be making our own loss, and we will be either losing our credibility, our fame, our credibility in the society, or maybe we will be feeling guilty, and we will find ourselves in the trouble. And this is so. Let's learn to ignore many of the things, and here too a sort of intelligent attitude is needed, because everything else is not worth ignoring. There is a very thin line between the thing, between the situation where we do have to ignore certain things, while we do have to answer intelligently, react intelligently against the questions, the comments,